So, because the weather today is bad, I'm wearing some colors. Yep, all green today. Okay, so let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we? Oh, okay. Okay. Now that we are all comfortable, this video is going to talk about the housemaid. Okay. I'm just opening my Kindle. Okay. And the author is Freda McFadden. I think I pronounced it correctly. So I read with this now. Okay. Before going into that, I'm gonna say hello. So for those who don't know me, my name is Fabi. I'm 30-something years old, living alone in Canada. And for those who know me, welcome back. So today is the first. I decided to talk about a book that I loved, que j'ai dévoré, so that I loved, really. And I read this book within like 3 or 4 days. So just to let you know, I really enjoy it from the start to the end. Yes, so I already ordered the second because this is a trilogy. So this is a series of 3 books. This is my first video talking about books. Yeah, the reason I decided to do that is, okay, let me give you a background. So I think for the last 3 years, 3 years, I think, I decided that I wanted to read more, right? So I fell in love with reading again, books, right? I'm not gonna say fall in love again, that this is not true. I just fell in love with reading. I think it's because I wasn't forced to read first, and I was able to read whatever I want. So I think that's the main reason, right? Making a connection between books and school. And in school, you had to read books that you don't want to read, a certain amount of time to read it, right? So I think that's the main reason. In my head, I didn't want to read. So for years and years and years, I hadn't read a book. So now I'm back. For the past 3 years, I've been reading. But this is the first video that I'm doing talking about a book that I loved. Just to let you know as well, so you saw this. I bought it last July. 100% I am into it now. 100%. It's so useful, like this is crazy. Because sometimes I was traveling and I didn't want to bring like the book because it was too heavy. But with this, and like just to let you know, because you can charge it, right? And the battery on that lasts a long time. I don't remember the last time that I charged it. I think it was maybe January, and we are in end of April. So yes, so this is a good investment, and I'm really happy that I made the switch. So I recommend Kindle. Yeah. And as you can see, I love green, so green all the way. Before we start, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And later I'm gonna tell you to like also and comment, but we're gonna talk about that later, okay? So this book is a thriller novel, named, as I mentioned, The Housemaid. I think I can section this video into four parts. The first one is going to be like the overview and of course my comments, right? Because you're gonna have my comments all the way, so yeah. And the second one, I'm gonna talk about the characters. Third one is going to be about the theme of the book in general. The fourth one is going to be kind of a conclusion, right? Yeah. So the part one, the overview. So the story is about 3-4 characters. Yeah. So the thing that I liked about the book, just to let you know, I'm watching outside at the same time. So if you see my eyes going around, it's because I'm in front of the windows and I'm looking outside. And it's raining right now, by the way. Small rains, but still. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the book, okay? You have the point of view of Millie, and then you have the point of view of Nina. So Millie is the main character. Actually, one of them, yes. The book started with her point of view, as I mentioned, and she just got released from prison. She's living in her car and she's looking for a job. So she had the interview with Nina, and she was hoping to have the job to be a housemaid. So as you can see, like, life for her wasn't easy, like, at all. Yeah, at all. So she was kind of desperate to have this position, to have this job. So all the story takes place in the upper states, close to New York City. So it's kind of a neighborhood for rich people, right? So great news, Millie got the job. But as soon as, when I say as soon as, is as soon as she entered, like, the Winchester mansion, family, red flags from the beginning. But as I said, you have to know which type of person Millie is, right? She's desperate. She needs a job. She needs a house. She needs un toit sur sa tête, like a roof. She needs a roof, yes. Let's say you got a job, right? And or even when you met someone, right? With guys, it's always like that. You see red flags, but you want to convince yourself that, maybe, okay. So if you were in her position, in Millie's position, would you have closed your eyes or left, run? But the thing is, if she had run, it would have not be fun for us readers, right? So I guess yes. But in real life, please run, okay? Run, okay? So as I mentioned, the Winchester family, they have money, right? Let's call a cat a cat. They have money, and they have a huge mansion, a huge house, beautiful, light everywhere, white, clean, perfect, right? But I'm smiling because, okay, this is not funny. The room that they gave to Millie is in the attic, so le grenier en français, in French. And first, the lock is on the outside. Then it's really small, right? The small window that she has doesn't open. Yeah. And then she was like, you know what? That's fine. It's better than my car, right? So I guess she's right. It's better than her car. I think a day after, Nina is the wife, right? And Nina's starting to have episodes. So Millie can come downstairs and see the whole kitchen, the whole house in a mess that only one person cannot make. That's impossible. But Nina did. So I guess someone can, make this amount of mess in a short period of time. That's crazy, but anyway, yes. So Millie starting to wonder, like, is it the same person that I met during the interview? Because the thing, so with the house and the attic, yes, it's deux salles de ambiance. So it's like the opposite, right? And it's the same with Nina. Because Nina, she seems to have like two personalities. Le jour et la nuit, like we say in French. Like, this is crazy. But really, I cannot imagine myself being in her position, because if I was desperate about, money, about having a roof, a roof under my head, I think that's how we have to say it. Like, that's not an easy position to be in, to be honest. And she just starting, so maybe I'll be doing the same as her, staying and saying maybe it's gonna be, maybe she just had like, an episode, tomorrow is gonna be better, blah blah blah, and then see, but definitely I wouldn't have stayed as long as she did, that's for sure. You also have, to keep in mind that she has a criminal record, right? So if she had left, it would have been difficult for her to find a job. It was, even at the beginning, difficult for her to have the job. She got fired, blah blah blah. So as you can imagine, not an easy situation to be in. Another red flag that that she noticed, I think, kind of from the get-go, is that in the middle of the night, she wanted to go, pee, and the room was locked. Not only one time, but multiple times, right? So this is weird. This is the middle of the night. Who is coming to lock her room? Yep. We met Amelie, we met Nina, the wife, and now we met also Enzo. Enzo is the tall, handsome Italian guy who speaks only Italian, right? And he's the landscaper. And Enzo seems to know a lot about this family. He even tried to warn Millie, but because of the language barrier, she couldn't get it at first. Then, she went to Google Translate, I guess, to a translator, and she understood what he said, but she didn't have any context, right? So she didn't know what to do with that information, and it was just the beginning. So yeah, and she wanted to talk to him, but she saw that Nina didn't like him to get inside the house first, and also Nina didn't like him, so she didn't want Millie to talk to him. So as the reading go further, you have information coming in. So you have also the information coming from the people in the neighborhood, right? But what people say is that Millie was in the hospital for mental illness because she has drawn her daughter. Les jambes. So yeah, this is gossip that we heard from people in the town, right? Is it true? Is it not? But Millie found a lot of pills in a drug cabinet in her bathroom, but she also can see like her behavior every day, right? So I guess at the time, yes, we thought that Nina was crazy, yeah. So I think that's also the reason sometimes, Millie could be like understanding about Nina acts because she's sick, right? So that's kind of normal also, right? I don't remember exactly how those two got a connection that led to something else, but I think it was because Nina was really hard on Millie all the time. Okay, so that's something that we know, right? But from time to time, Andrew will step up and help Millie and say to Nina, don't be hard on her, blah, 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 blah. Or say to Millie, Nina really likes you. She just, sick. She's been sick, so maybe that's why, blah, blah, blah. So he was kind of helping Millie in a way to feel better and to help her in general, right? So with this kind of interaction that they had, not a lot, but it was kind of deep, they starting to develop feelings, like really. So this connection, as I said, led to feelings, they had. And then that thing led to a relationship. Millie was Andrew and Dish girlfriend. Yep, you heard. I think it was obvious, right? But at this time, I think we were all team Andrew and Dee, 100%, that for sure, yes. So even if, Millie did what she did, but they both did that, I was like, yeah, but like her wife is sick and crazy, so I'm like, okay. They are going to be better off, without her. And I haven't talked about like the daughter, but the daughter is the same as the mother. I think you can understand that, but yeah. So when Millie and Andrew, so Andy, this is the moment where like the story like took a twist. Yep. And we continue reading, but now with Nina point of view. So this is a new kind of part. So with the Nina point of view, we had like the backstory, like how they met and everything that happened that led to that situation, right? And you can see that Prince Charming is not Prince Charming, right? He's the opposite of that, actually. And the crazy wife is the opposite of that, right? She's cage, she's trap. And she wanted the help of Millie without telling her. Yeah. I was shocked to see like the character of Andrew, actually. He's a dark person who did horrible and terrible things to women and who has issues. Like, I think even issues is not the correct term to explain like how deep and how like mentally ill the guy is. Yeah. The ending for Millie and Nina was a good ending, was the happy ending, actually, with the help of Enzo, of course, right? By the end of the book, you can see and understand when we say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, because, yep, you just have to meet the mother to understand what I just said. So on the part 2, I'm gonna talk more about the characters. Let's start with Millie. So as I said, Millie is, one of the main character, right? She's a strong woman who is conflicted, who hasn't had like an easy life from the beginning. And she's just trying to find her place in her new world, after coming back from prison. That's where she at. So Nina herself is by definition an antagonist. Then she turned into like an anti-hero. Then she becomes the hero at the end because, she helped Millie escape. So, yeah. She had like 3 different stages just for her. Yeah. And it also turned out that Nina is not ill, right? She's not sick. She's just a scared but caring mother who just wants to escape. That's it. That's for Nina. So Andy, my guy, okay, he's maybe he's not the devil, but he's one of them. From the beginning, he had the best, the best role, the best character. He was the perfect guy, right? And then he turned into a monster. Yeah, that's Andy. Actually, that's Andy. You can see that he had like childhood trauma history that has been unresolved. So that's what led to him now as a person. Enzo, on his part, he's always been like portrayed as, the tall, handsome Italian guy who doesn't speak English, yes, but who was from the beginning, from the get-go, the one who helped Nina and Millie escape. Who is Evelyn? Evelyn is the mother. But at the end, like, everything makes sense, and we knew and we understood, that she is the evil. She's like the root of all of this, all of Andrew. So now, part 3. So I wanted to talk about kind of topic that came from the book. So the first thing that I want to talk about briefly is abuse on 3 different levels, right? Psychological, emotional, and physical. Yep. And the second theme was, I think, everything related to trauma, right? In this case, it was like childhood trauma that we do nothing about. So I think something that I can say is that you have to talk to someone is really important, like in general, right? Because we never know what we carry from our past, from our childhood. So yeah, go see a psychologue. And the last part, the fourth one, and I was thinking when I finished reading, right? Do we want to know how Andrew become the way he is? Do we? I don't know. Like, I was thinking, like, because we had kind of the point of view, right, of Nina, right? How they met, blah, blah, blah. But Andrew, we never had that. We don't know how his mother raised him, how she was raised, blah, blah, blah. Why she is the way she is. So I don't know. I'm just asking. Do we want to know or no? Please let me know in the comments below. But, like, to kind of give you like a conclusion, as I mentioned, I think multiple times, this is an excellent book that I would recommend to anyone, like really anyone. This is a thriller, right? So you have to keep that in mind. From time to time, when I was reading that at night, I was like, oh my God, this wasn't a good idea because I was dreaming about that actually. But with this book, you're gonna be hooked from the beginning to the end. And it's also a fast-paced book, right? So you don't have the time to be bored. You don't. There is always something happening, and you're gonna get along with the characters, and you're gonna be immersed into the scenario. So this is also a good thing. At the end of the book, when I finish reading, like something that I can say, right, is always trust your gut. When you see and when you hear red flags, just run. That's it. And also never judge someone based on the appearance, right? Because this is something I think that we all did with Nina, and turns out, right? So, but even in general, right? Try to know the person before judging. It's better. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. This is a first, but I think I'm gonna continue doing this type of video because I really liked and I enjoyed. I do like, doing vlogs, yes, but I also do like doing sit down videos and talk about something that I like. And lately I've been, enjoying reading. I would read the second one, and I will also do review on the book when I'm done. Or maybe I'm gonna do a review when I'm done reading the last two. We'll see. But I will definitely do that. Please take the time, to subscribe, to like, to leave comments. It will definitely help and support. So thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.